guys, it's Amelia here again, and today in this video I'm actually going to show you some science. So here's some words you actually need to know before doing science. So you actually need two more things. So one word is, there's actually two words you need to know. So one word is hypothesis. Hypothesis is like a guess. Based on something you already know or don't already know, it's like a guess to see, like, here's an example. To see, like, for instance, I dropped something here. Let me find something. For instance, I drop an eraser in here. I'm actually before I drop it in there, I'm gonna make a guess to see if it absorbs the water, a lot of the water, a little bit of the water, see if it sinks, see if it floats. Any guess, that's actually called a hypothesis. So I'm going to actually try it right now. And so that one actually fell down. And so take it up, see if it absorbs the water. It didn't. It's just normal. And so, yeah. And so another one of them is absorb. So, for instance, you like wet in a paper towel, and actually, here's another one. So like the whole counter gets really wet, and you actually use a sponge to dry it all up. Hold up. And the sponge like soaks up the water and gets inside the sponge. And you squeeze the sponge out and a lot of water comes down. That's actually called absorbing. And so that's actually a little bit of things we're going to do today. So the materials you will be needing is a ruler, your hands, a little leaf, a colored pencil or any type of pencil, a little jewel, paper, I forgot to get some paper, a binder ring, a cup with water, another cup with water, any type of decoration, and a napkin. Oh, and two paper towels. One to hold this and one to see if it absorbs. And this is actually one of mine that I actually did. There's a certain spot you feel it, and it's actually really smooth. You cannot see it because, well, it is, let's just say it's camouflage. And so, remember to ask an adult, always ask an adult before you do one of these experiments. So you have their permission. And so, before you're going to start with your water and your paper, and one paper towel. You're going to put the paper towel under the water and just leave it there. And you're actually going to take your binder ring, and we're actually going to just drop it and see if it goes down or comes up. You can make a hypothesis about that, like a guess. And then once I count to 3, we're going to drop it. 1, 2, 3. And so, if your hypothesis was it sunk, you'd be correct. If your hypothesis was different and it was wrong, it's okay. It's not a competition. And so, you're just going to reach your hand in and grab the thing and just take it out. And so now, you're going to take your little leaf. You're going to drop it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And so it dropped. And now you're going to take your binder ring. You're going to push it down and see if it actually comes back up. Here's another spot you're going to make a hypothesis. So before you push it down, you should make a guess if you push it down and it comes back up once your binder ring gets to the ground, or if you push it and it goes down. So on the count of 3. So make your hypothesis, pause the video and make your hypothesis now. I actually tried this before, so I already know my hypothesis. And my hypothesis is going to stay on the ground. Stay down. And so, 1, 2, 3. And so mine actually stayed down. And so you can pull it up and see if it stays down. Mine got a little stuck and it stayed down. So you can take everything out and put it on the paper towels. You won't be needing them anymore. And I'll be right back and I'm going to get my little piece of paper. So I got my piece of paper. You're going to take the piece of paper and the jewel. You're going to wrap the jewel around the piece of paper. We'll actually wrap the piece of paper around the jewel. And just wrap the jewel with the piece of paper. I'm doing this for actually like one of my birthday gifts. Because, well, 11 more days until my birthday. And so, there we go. And you're going to drop this. You're going to, on the count of 3, we're going to drop it. 1, 2, 3, drop it. And so, it floats. And so now you're going to take your binder ring. You're going to push it down and see if it comes back up. Mine's coming back up because, well, before you actually do that, you're going to make a hypothesis. And so, if it comes back up, and your hypothesis was it comes back up, you would be correct. And so, you're going to unwrap the jewel, okay, and throw the paper away, but not the jewel. Wasn't expected. And you're not going to throw the jewel away because we're going to use it again. And so now, without the paper, we're going to drop the jewel inside here and see if it sinks. You should make another hypothesis. Okay, this is one that we make another hypothesis. Ready? 1, 2, 3, drop it. And so if yours sunk and it floated the first time with the water, it's because of the paper. If there's no paper there, it will sink. Because, well, the paper comes up. The paper, floats on water, but the jewel doesn't, so it sinks. And it was all because of the paper. When the jewel floated with the paper on it, it was actually all because of the paper. But without the paper, we dropped it, and the jewel sunk. Because the jewel is actually heavier than the paper. And so, we're going to take the jewel out. And now we're going to take this. And so we're actually going to here's another hypothesis we're going to make. So you're going to drop it inside the water, pointy side down, not back down, pointy side down. So ready, set, go, drop. And so there we go. And so now we're actually going to wait. And we're actually going to take our pumpkin and our ruler. You can actually we're going to measure the pumpkin. You can measure the pumpkin with your fingers or with the ruler. I'm going to teach you how to do it with the ruler first, then with your fingers. So, you take the ruler. This one's centimeters, and this one's inches. So, you're first going to do the inches one. Start where it says inch, and I'm going to actually put this away, but not now. And we're going to go from the top take your decoration, go from the top, and just pull it straight over here. And so you can see that it made that you made an height. So mine was barely 3 inches, so it was still 2. And so now we're going to actually measure the centimeters. So we're going to take this and we're going to go where it says centimeters, right here, 0 centimeters. And so we're going to take it, go right there, go from the top of the decoration. It could be any decoration, it doesn't have to be a fall decoration. I just use a fall decoration because all my other decorations are in their box in the garage. I don't want to go all the way to the garage. I just took a fall decoration off of the shelf. So you go from the top of the fall decoration, just go straight over here. And so mine is 7 centimeters long. So you're actually gonna just now put these aside. Put everything aside. I'm not gonna put this aside because, well, it's way too heavy. And so now we're gonna take our paper towel, and we're gonna go to our sink. And so now we're gonna see if the paper towel absorbs the water. If it does, you're gonna take your Vaseline, your perfume, and your glue. But before we do all of that, we're gonna wetten the paper towel and see if it absorbs the water. So turn on the faucet, see if it absorbs the water. Mine is absorbing the water, and so I can see it's absorbing the water because I can see that it's getting wet and it's getting darker, like that. And so, if your paper towel absorbs the water, you're gonna first take your Vaseline, open it. What's this thing so hard to open now? We're gonna open it, take like a finger full of the Vaseline, like that much, let's just say. And you're gonna close the Vaseline, and you're gonna take this. And right now is another time to make a hypothesis if it gets smooth. So like your hypothesis could be it doesn't get smooth, it gets smooth, it could be any hypothesis. And again, hypothesis is a guess based on something you already know, don't already know, you can test it out and make a hypothesis. So now we're gonna do this and just rub it on the paper towel. In any section on the paper towel. And so just mine made a little bit of yellow. See? Mine made a little bit of yellow. And so now we're gonna take our perfume. And so we're gonna just squirt it. Just gonna squirt it on here. Like that. And just make sure it got on the smooth part and just do that. And now we're going to take our glue. And we're going to put it on the smooth part. Okay, so now we're going to put it on the smooth part. Like that. So you see it made that. And so now we're just going to rub it around here. Like that. And you see it's all, the whole part is green now. I've been putting a video on YouTube. And the whole part is green now. And so that was one of your experiments. So now we're just going to leave this to dry, and it mostly takes 1 hour. Okay, and you're going to rinse your hands, and we won't be using the Vaseline, glue, or the perfume anymore. We won't be using any of those anymore. So you can rinse your hands and dry your hands. Like that. And so now you can put all of these away. But I'm not gonna right now. I am gonna go over here. And so now we can take our colored pencil out. But before we do that, we're actually gonna here's a little dot. So we're gonna twirl it around, and there's like little stuff sitting at the bottom. See if you can see. So we're just gonna twirl it around and see if it all lifts up. Makes the water brown. So my water got brown. It's a little hard to see because of the camera. Like that. And so now you can take it out. Like that. But you're going to take your other glass of water and put it as close together as you can and put it in here. If you want. It doesn't have to stay like paint for a whole long. And I forgot to mention, these are actually paint. And so you can see because paint's on you. Like that. If you want to paint, you actually have to dip it in the water so many times. Because, well, if you want it to stay paint. And you also need to use that. And so, again, if you stir it around, you can see that it's all different colors. And so, that's the end of the experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I don't know how to get to the comments thing, but if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and I'll probably try to figure out how to get to the comments thing. And so, bye-bye.